Hello friends, welcome to Affairs Cloud Learn to Lead Current Affair channel. This is Ashu and today we will discuss most important current affairs of 5th September 2020. And 5th September is very special for the teachers because it is the teacher day. And before proceeding, I want to tell you that you can purchase our PDFs current affair by subscribing our PDF current affairs at very minimal cost. You can visit our website, that is affairscloud/current affair. Then what will you get? You will get daily PDFs, you will get weekly PDFs, and you will get monthly PDFs and the monthly and the weekly test also. You will also get the daily question and answers PDF form. You can get this in English language as well as in Hindi language. It means you will get the PDFs in both languages. If you want to extra discount on that minimal cost, we are also providing that is the 10% discount. You can use my code, that is ASH10, that is the ASH10. Now we are proceeding to the 5th September 2020 most important question. You can see here that is the 12th Mekong Ganga Corporation and the G20 foreign minister. Now we want to discuss that, and starting with this first news. Which state received its first inland shipping cargo from Bangladesh under protocol for inland water trade transit? This is the first ever export consignment from Bangladesh to that state from the inland waterways. Now the most important word is this is the inland waterway and the transit protocol. So it means it is a bilateral trade between these two countries, that is India and the Bangladesh, because India started this treaty with Bangladesh in 1972 to provide inland waterways. So to connect both the countries, that is especially the northeastern region, because Bangladesh shares boundary with the northeastern states. Now you have to tell me which state I am talking about, which shares this transit or the trade with the Bangladesh through the inland waterway. Now guys, 300 likes please. Subscribe this channel and provide us 300 likes, because it will give us motivate and it will also motivate us to bring new videos on new content, and especially on the burning issues. We are now providing you the weekly current affairs and the monthly current affairs from the September onwards, that is in Hindi as well as in the English. Now give me answer, and the answer is very simple. This answer is Tripura. Yes, you can see here that is inland water trade transit with Bangladesh is through Tripura. You can see here Tripura receives first ever inland shipping cargo from the Bangladesh, and you can see here cargo shipping. This is the first ever, I already told you, consignment from Bangladesh to Tripura through the inland waterway. That is the name of the vessel, MB Premier, carrying cement started from Daudkandi to Sonamora. Daudkandi in Bangladesh and Sonamora is in Tripura. So it is 93-kilometer journey on the river Gumti. You have to remember this river Gumti. And it is very important transit river between the Tripura and the Bangladesh. Now, recent related news that Indian Railways handed over specifically modified 10 railway broad gauge locomotive to Bangladesh. This is again to strengthen the bilateral relations between with Bangladesh. That's why Indian Railways handed over the manufactured locomotives to Bangladesh. That is the 10 locomotives. Now moving to the next question, that is the 12th Mekong Ganga Corporation senior officials meeting took place virtually. It means that the Mekong Ganga, that is the two major rivers of the Southeast Asia and the India. You can see here this virtually meeting took place recently. Now you have to tell me one question, that how many countries are member of this Mekong Ganga Corporation? The main focus of the meeting is related to the tourism, culture, education, transport and communication, so that all the countries can contribute in all the sectors like tourism, culture, education, etc. So you have to tell me how many members are there in the Mekong Ganga Corporation. Now answer is very simple, and answer is C. Yes guys, it is 6. India and some countries of Southeast Asia. Yes, you can also say India and 5 countries of ASEAN. You can also say that, new thing. And you can see here that is the 12th Mekong Ganga Corporation senior officials meeting took place virtually. The meeting was attended by senior officials of all the 6 MGC. You can see here which countries are member. That India is out of ASEAN and 5 ASEAN countries. You can see here that is Cambodia. LAOPDR means Laos. That is Laos. People Democratic Republic. Myanmar, Thailand, and the Vietnam. You have to remember this because this question was asked in UPSC, I think 2017 or 18. But you have to remember this Mekong Ganga Cooperation. Why this meeting was happened? This reason is very simple. I already told you, to strengthen the bilateral relation between these countries, because these are the neighboring countries, and to promote the tourism, culture, education, transport, and communication. That's why the meeting was held at virtually. So you have to remember, this is virtually. All the meetings are held down there are virtually because due to COVID-19. But Rajnath Singh recently traveled to Russia. So this is again breaking news. You can see in the map that India, there is Ganga, and this is the Mekong River. This is the Mekong River. So you can see here, this is Myanmar, Laos, Thailand, Cambodia, and Vietnam. These are the 5 countries, plus India is a member of MGC. Most important question in this, according to the UPSC exam, is that China is not a member of MGC while the Mekong River is traveling from China. So Mekong River traveling from China, Myanmar, Laos, Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, all the 6 countries, but China is not a part of MGC. So you have to remember, this is very important. And you know about Ganga. Ganga starts from Uttarakhand and goes to Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand, and the West Bengal. So this is a path of Ganga. Now moving to the next question, which country hosted G20 Foreign Minister Summit? Remember 2 or 3 things: G20 Summit, that is the BRICS Summit, and ASEAN Summit. So you have to remember all the chairmanships. BRICS chairmanship lies with the Russia. ASEAN lies with the Vietnam, and G20 lies with, this is the question, Foreign Minister Summit. Who hosted this? So you have to tell me which country hosted this G20 summit. Now give me answer, guys, within 5 seconds, and your time period is over. And answer is very simple. That is Saudi Arabia. G20 chairmanship of 2020 lies with the Saudi Arabia. So it is Saudi Arabia. So you have to remember all these 3: G20, BRICS, and the ASEAN. So you can see here, Saudi Arabia hosted G20 Foreign Minister Extraordinary Meeting from Riyadh. This is again virtual organized. This was focused upon cross-border movement and strengthening international cooperation across borders amid the COVID-19 pandemic. So from India, who attended this meeting? You already know that is who is our foreign minister. That is S. Jaishankar, bureaucrat turned politician. Jaishankar ji attended this meeting. 2020 presidency, already told you, Saudi Arabia. What is the theme of 2020 G20 summit? That is the realizing opportunities of 21st century for all. It means during the difficult time of COVID-19, how we can create the opportunities. This is a main theme of that G20, realizing opportunities of the 21st century for all. Chairman, I already told you, Saudi Arabia. So King of Saudi Arabia, that is the Saudi Arabian King Salman bin Al Saud. So you have to remember this one also. What is the proposal by India? This is especially for the UPSC students who are preparing for this. And what is the proposal of India during G20? This is all related to the COVID-19. And first of all, they want to, it means India and the other countries want to coordinate cross-border movement of people, because COVID-19 is spreading through physical contact. That's why they want to coordinate the cross-border movement of the people. Now, how they want to coordinate that? Standardize of testing procedure and universal acceptability of test result. It means only one test should be valid for all countries. No country will test again and again and again, even at arrival or the destination. Standardization of quarantine procedure. It means there should be not like that ki some countries are doing 7 days quarantine, some countries are doing 15 days quarantine. So it should be universalization. And third one is standardization of movement and transit protocol. So every country has different movement and transit protocol, so it should be the same. So this is the India proposal regarding the COVID-19 under G20 summit. And tell me one question in the comment box, that G20 has 20 members but 19 countries. So it means one country is not a member. That is not a country actually. It is a organization, international organization. So 19 countries plus international organization become 20. So you have to tell me which international organization is a member of G20. I already asked you this question in the last 3 or 4 lectures. So now next question from the picture, that RBI announces liquidity measure to ensure orderly market condition. I already covered this question in the 30 or 31st August video. So you have to watch this. I just want to tell you in just quick manner that RBI is just selling and buying some bonds, like it should be the government bonds, so that liquidity can be infused or some liquidity can be absorbed. So it is just simple. Which of the following new categories are included under priority sector of financing by RBI? Now, for every bank, there is a priority sector, so that some type of money or some percent of money can be given to this priority sector. So it is mandatory to all the banks, and there is a difference between the public, private, and the foreign banks. But you should know that what is priority sector. That 40% money should be given to the agriculture sector, micro enterprises, weaker section, etc. So RBI covers 3 or 2 or 1 category under this, that is the priority sector lending. So you have to tell me it is 1 category, it is 2, or it is 3 category that which are added under this priority sector lending. Now tell me answer within 5 seconds. Which categories are included under the priority sector by the RBI? And you have to know this limit, that 40% money should be given to the priority sector business. And answer is all of these. It means RBI included startups, loan to the farmers for installation of the solar power plants, and loans for the setting up of compressed biogas plants, so that it can easily boost up the Indian economy by providing this money to the priority sectors. But you have to remember one thing, that startups only include up to 50 crore. So this is all about the priority sector. Now moving to the next, that RBI releases revised priority sector lending guidelines. So I already told you priority sector cover weaker section, micro enterprises, below poverty line peoples. Now these cover startups, loan to the farmer for the solar power plants, and the compressed biogas. You have to remember this. It can be asked in the IBPS and the SBI. Next question, Lazy Pay, a part of PayU Finance, has launched a first of its kind digital credit card. What is the name of this card? So very simple question. The subsidiary of the PayU, that is the Lazy Pay, so that they can provide, because it is a credit card, so that they can provide you some amount of money, that is up to 1 lakh rupees, and you can pay after the expenditure. So that's why its name is Lazy Pay. And you have to tell me what is the name of this credit card. Now give me answer within 5 seconds, and the answer is very simple. Answer is Lazy UPI. Lazy UPI, that is the Unified Payment Interface. So by the code of UPI, you can transfer the money, or you can do the expenditures through this credit card. You can see here, that is PayU India or the PayU Finance launched a first of its kind digital credit card. It is a digital because only in mobile you can show this card, and by this you can also choose this option, buy now, pay later concept. It means you can buy now things and pay later. There is a period of 50 days, so that no interest will be charged on this 50 days. After that, an interest rate charge. So within 50 days, you have to deposit the amount to the bank. Now moving to the next question. Next question is, which bank launched a cardless cash withdrawal facility from automated teller machines, that is the ATMs? It means if you don't have card, or you forget your card at home, then without card you can also withdraw the money from the ATMs, and it is only applicable to that those ATMs who are equipped with IMT, that is the instant money transfer through mobiles. So that's why this is only applicable to those ATMs who are equipped with the IMT technology. So tell me answer within 5 seconds, and your answer is yes. Answer is RBL. You can see here that RBL Bank start up this kind of facility, so that this is a kind of attractive service that is offered by the RBL to the customers. So many banks are using this type of technology, that cash with the withdrawal facility without ATM cards from the ATM machines, but through the IMT system. I already told you what is IMT, that is the instant money transfer. A customer to avail this service must log into the RBL's Mo Bank app. Now this is again what is the name of the application of the bank RBL, that is the Mo Bank app, that is the mobile banking app, in order to locate an ATM that supports the IMT function. So by logging into the app, you can just easily check that which ATM has access of this IMT or equipped with this IMT technology, so that without any card, ATM card, you can easily withdraw that money. The tie-up will provide the RBL Bank with additional security and facility for its customers. Because RBL tied up with the M-Pays payment solution, so that it can be easily assessed by the customer, so it will provide the additional security and facility to the customer. No need to remember with which company the RBL tie-up, so you have to remember just the name of the bank who started this type of facility. Now moving to the next question, but before that, just remember recent related news that ICICI Bank partnership with Computer Age Management Service launched Insta Loans against mutual funds. So by pledging mutual funds to the banks, you can easily get the loan. So this service is provided by the ICICI Bank. Now next news is related to RBL Bank. RBL Bank, an Indian private sector bank, has entered into a partnership with online food ordering and delivering as Zomato, and even RBL Bank also launched some kind of debit cards and the credit cards featuring Zomato. So there are special Zomato cards. This is the credit cards and the debit card also. So remember this, ICICI and the RBL Bank. Now moving to the next question, that is very important because one or two type of questions are asked in the banking exam. That one is the brand ambassador, second is the tourism ambassador of the state or the country. So you have to remember this. This is the Bajaj Allianz Life Insurance ropes Ayushman Khurrana as its brand ambassador. So just simple question, just learn only one thing, that which company hired or which company contacted with which actor to promote its products, to promote its insurance products. That is the Bajaj Alliance tied up with the Ayushman Khurrana. And it is the first time that Ayush Khurrana partnered with any insurance company for the brand ambassadoring. And all about the Bajaj Finance, that is a Bajaj Alliance Life Insurance Company, headquarters in Pune, and managing director is Tarun Singh. Tarun Singh. No need to remember the name. I just want to give you some extra information that Bajaj Alliance managing director is Tarun. Now moving to the next, again there is a one brand ambassador, that is Dwayne Bravo. You all know Dwayne Bravo, that is brand ambassador of SBO Top, that is the betting company. So this company is a company of the Carlton, that is a very famous Carlton Manx, MANX, CELTON, Carlton Manx. Carlton Manx is a booking company for betting company or the gambling company. So it is the first time that any cricketer becomes the brand ambassador of SBO Top. You have to remember just SBO Top name. It is also known as SBO Bet. Easily remember, that is related to the betting, but it is a subsidiary of the SBO Bet, that is the SBO Top. So you have to remember Dwayne Bravo, that is the first time any cricketer become the brand ambassador of any international betting company, that is the SBO Top. So you have to remember just the name of the cricketer or name of the company in the brand ambassadoring thing. And he is related to the which country? All knows. He is a very great entertainer. He belongs to the West Indies. Moving to the next question, guys. Which Indian institute launched an ozone-based decontamination device named Chakar D Cove to discontaminate the N95 marks, so that you can reuse these marks again and again, and they are claiming that you can reuse these marks after decontamination up to 10 times. This is very useful method, and you have to tell me which Indian institute developed this type of device, that is the Chakar D Cove, to discontaminate the N95 marks. And this is very simple, and the answer is IIT Delhi. IIT Delhi, there is a startup of IIT Delhi, that is the Chakar Innovation. So this device is built by this Chakar Innovation. You can see here this device, and this is the N95 marks, and they are discontaminating this N95 marks, and they are claiming that after decontaminate you can use this 10 times. The device is launched by Indian Institute of Delhi, incubated startup Chakar Innovation, that is a startup of IIT Delhi. Ashwini Kumar Chaubey, Minister of State for Health and Family Welfare, launched this device over a virtual platform. Chakar Decov, that is the decontaminated COVID-19. Decontaminate the N95 within 90 minutes for safe use. And it can decontaminate many masks in single go. You can see here that in a tray there are 9 masks, and you can decontaminate all the masks in the same time. Now next, again, this is not actually news. This is information that two bigger black holes emerged into one. Two scientific companies. One is the LIGO, that is a company. LIGO is a company of the United States, and second is the Virgo, VIRGO. Virgo is also a name of a company, scientific company, that is also known as scientific collaboration, that is in Italy. So both observed that two black holes, that is almost mass is the one black hole mass is the 60 mass, and the second is the 85. Both merged together, and both black holes merged into one, and it named as impossible black hole. So it becomes impossible black hole, and the total solar mass becomes 142. It means very simple, two black holes, one solar mass is 60, second solar mass is 85, both merged and become one black hole, that is solar mass is 142, and this one black hole named as the impossible black hole. So remember this news just till now. Now, next question is, Union Minister of Education launched which app to develop Indian English pronunciation in the unique Indian way? So we are just belonging to that generation in which some people are speaking English in the British accent, some people are speaking in the English accent, or some people are speaking in the Irish accent, some people are speaking in the USA accent, but now there is a unique accent, that is the Indian accent. So you have to tell me which is the name of the app which is launched by the Indian government to develop the Indians so that they can pronounce English with a unique Indian way. So what is the name of the app? And it's a very unique kind of app, and this name is English Pro. That is the D answer, English Pro. You can see here that is English Pro, a mobile app under the University Social Responsibility, USR. You can see here, this is the first initiative by any university in India. It was developed by the Central University English and Foreign Language University under the University Social Responsibility. It is similar to CSR, that is the Corporate Social Responsibility. This is a University Social Responsibility. So there should be some kind of funds will be spared out by the university so that they can spend on some social work. So it is a kind of a social work for the students, that they are developing some type of app so that Indians can learn English in the Indian way. The application will support the skilling of youth mission of the center government. You just remember the name, that is the English Pro. So by this you remember all this news. Who won the 48th annual World Open Chess Tournament via online? So it is a chess tournament. It is generally held in New York, that is the Philadelphia, but due to COVID-19 it is held online. So you have to tell me who won World Open Chess Tournament. So Open Chess Tournament. This is not that tournament, that is the FIDE chess championship, that is won by India and Russia both. But this is the 48th annual World Open Chess Tournament, and it is won by, that is the Paneer Selvam Anyan. You have to remember this word, that is the Inyan, yeah, or the Inyan. You can see here his picture, that is the Indian Grandmaster Inyan wins, that is the World Open Online Chess Tournament. You can see his picture, so you can remember. World Open Chess Tournament is organized by Continental Chess Association, so it is organized by this organization. The tournament is usually led in Philadelphia, I already told you, but this time due to pandemic it is held virtually. The tournament had 31 grandmasters, in which Inyan and the Sanhan of Russia finished with 7.5 points, and Inyan emerged as the winner because of a tie break. Better tie break means India have more points than the Russian player. So just remember Indian player name and the name of the tournament. Now moving to the next. The international organization launches new book. This is a not a person book. This is a international organization book. Who authored this book? That is the Little Book of a green nudges. It means they are pushing the generation towards the green environment. They are pushing the new youth to the green environment so that they can adopt a new technology but with the green initiative. So it means they can use the clean energy resources. So you have to tell me which international organization launched that book. That is the little book on green nudges. Nudges, nothing. Nudges means it is push. That is push. So guys, answer is very simple. Answer is United Nations Environment Program. Answer is D, the little book on green nudges, because it is related to green. So you have to remember this environment. So it is very correlated. Why this book is released? Because this book is to inspire students around the globe to adopt environmental friendly habits and the greener lifestyle. So like bicycling, like clean energy resources, solar power, wind energy, so that their lifestyle can be changed or their lifestyle can be adopted through the green technology. You can see here bicycling, and it is a green nudges. It is to inspire students around the globe to adopt environmental friendly habits and greener lifestyle. The UNEP first book on behavioral science and nudge theory, that is the push theory, which focuses on human actions and how to change them. It means if you are using a high technology but they are harming the people, that's why they want to change them to the green initiative. UNEP also launched Green Nudges program for the universities. Why they are focusing on the universities? Because in the universities with higher education institution around the world to pilot nudging on campuses. So that's why in the institutions or in the universities they can teach them through the green initiative. What about UNEP? That headquarters is in Nairobi, Kenya, and director is Inger Anderson. You have to remember director also and the headquarter also. Now moving to the next news, and it is from the picture, learn from picture series. There is a name of a book, that is the Invertonomics. It is written by Gunmeet Singh Chauhan, and it is related to the 8 ideas to transform India. 8 ideas to transform India. It means this book represents some practical ideas and models to solve the specific fundamental problems of India, like starting problems till the independence, that is the cleanliness, metal road or the pakka roads, air pollution, social inequality, safer cities, women empowerment, rural economy. So many issues are there in India from the starting when India got independence from 1947. So this book related to these type of the questions, and even this book is also providing the answers of that questions and ideas to transform India. Now moving to the next, this is again a name of a book, but this is not a one book, this is a 2 book authored by same person. And this is very famous name, that is the Ma Anand Sheila. Her real name is Sheila Ambalal Patel, and there is 2 books, that is Nothing to Lose and second one is My Story in My Own Words. So Nothing to Lose is like a biography of Sheila, and she was very much follower of the Osho, that is the Rajneeshi. So remember these names, that is Nothing to Lose, and second is the By My Own Rules, that is Ma Anand Sheila or the Sheila Patel. Now moving to the next question, which state launched I Rakhwali application to safeguard the forest areas in the state? I Rakhwali, it means I will take care, that is I Rakhwali initiative to safeguard the forest areas in the state. So you have to tell me answer within 5 seconds, and the answer is very simple. Why this app is used, this is very clear, because to safeguard the forest area, and answer is Punjab, not Gujarat. Answer is Punjab. You can see here that is the environment minister, that is the Sadhu Singh Dharamsot ji, and I Rakhwali will help the citizens to become greenery saviors. It means to increase the forest area of the state. Almost 6% area of the Punjab lies with the forest area. Now they want to increase this area. That's why there is a need to take care of the present forest area and also want to increase that forest area. So you can see here, Punjab Minister, Department of Forest and Wildlife Protection, Sadhu Singh Dharamsot launched I Rakhwali application. It is to safeguard the forest areas in the state by making common citizens as stakeholder in this process. It will help citizens to become greenery saviors. So the main aim of this stakeholders in the process means to inspire people to plant more trees, and this app will help people come forward and contribute towards environment protection. This app will, or this application will provide the geographical location of the nurseries which are giving you the access of free plants and the sapling, so that by planting these saplings or the free plants, the forest area of the state can be increased or the greenery of the state can be increased. So this is very important. Which state started this iRakhwali app? If you belongs to Punjab, then it is very important for the PCS 2020, which is coming nearby. Now, recent related news, that is Punjab government appointed. This is 101% question coming in the exam. It means I am sure that this question is coming in the Punjab exam, any exam which is coming in the this year or the next year. That Winnie Mahajan as chief secretary, that is the highest post of the IAS in the state, which makes her the first woman to hold this post. It means any woman secretary, chief secretary of the state is Winnie Mahajan of Punjab. Punjab Governor Administrator, that is Vijender Pal Singh Badnor, and the Union Minister of Petroleum and Natural Gas Dharmendra Pradhan inaugurated battery swapping facility, that is the quick interchange service at Chandigarh in a virtual function. It means there should be a battery swapping facility at some stations in the Chandigarh, so that your battery, if your battery is discharged, then you can easily swap at the service station of the swapping facility station. So it is launched by Chandigarh department, and administrator of Chandigarh is VP Singh Badnor. Now, last news from the picture, that is CCAMP. CCAMP stands for the Center for Cellular and Molecular Platform, signed a memorandum of understanding with Sweden Healthcare Innovation Center. Why this tie-up take place? To nurture frugal or innovations related to the healthcare, so that quality healthcare can be affordable and accessible by any citizen. So it is because of the healthcare affordability and the accessibility. So the collaboration is just to strong the med technology, diagnostic technology, healthcare system, interventions, even the innovations, so everything related to the health. So you have to just remember one thing from the picture, is that which company ties up with which country. So this is the CCAMP, Center for Cellular and Molecular Platform, and signed up with the Sweden Healthcare Innovation Center, that is the SIC. So not so much important news, but the students are always saying that cover all the news from the site. That's why I put a picture on that, but don't stress on that news. This is not so much important news. And we cover all the news from the websites. You can visit our website for the further news, that is affairscloud/current affairs. Thank you for watching this video. I think you liked this video. Please give us like and subscribe our channel. You want daily current affairs. From September onwards, we are just announcing that we are providing you weekly current affairs, that is in English as well as in Hindi. Monthly current affairs from September also, that is weekly, Hindi and the English. And it is a promise of the Affairs Cloud that it will boost your confidence on the general awareness section, and it is a guarantee of Affairs Cloud that no question will be asked outside from our notes or our video. So subscribe our videos, subscribe our channels, subscribe our current affairs PDF. Thank you guys.